Hello everybody, and welcome back to Exeter Central. In today's video, I thought I would do a video on how to make derelict buildings. Now, in the August layout update, I showed this signal box, and a lot of you quite liked it. So I thought, yeah, I'll show you how to make abandoned buildings. So I'm going to be going through the process on how I make them and what they'll turn out to be like. So let's get started. Okay, so the building I'm going to be working on in today's video is this Metcalfe water tower that I've had for quite a while now. I got this back in 2018 and I tried doing some weathering to it, but it didn't really turn out very well. So this is going to be a perfect candidate for this video. So let's get started. Okay, so before we even do any kind of work, it's always a good idea to do a bit of research. So what you do, you go into Google and you type in derelict water tower in my case, or do it for whatever building you're making. So if you're making a derelict signal box, type in derelict water signal box and it will come up. So here's a photo that I found, and basically what I like to do is just recreate what you see basically. So yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm going to be recreating. So now that I've done my research, let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start off by adding some weathering. So I'm going to be using these two Tamiya paints, so Tamiya XF1 flat black and Tamiya XF68 NATO brown. Those are the two colours I'm going to use. So I'm going to dry brush those on and you'll see how I get on. Let's get started. Okay, so that's the dry brushing all finished, and looks a bit spotty at the moment, as you can see, but that was just because of the brush I used. I think I picked the wrong brush, but anyways, it's all done now. It'll all be blended in together in the end, so yeah. So now it's time to add some different effects. So let me show you what I'm going to be using for that. Okay, so with the dry brushing all complete, it's now time to add some effects. So usually there'll be boarding up over the windows, so that's what I'm going to do. And to do that, I'm going to use some 1mm thick mounting board. Actually, I think it's 2mm, but whatever. So I'm going to use some of that and add some boarding up on the windows and also the door. So let's get started. Okay, so I just finished painting these up, and I used Tamiya XF1 flat black to paint these up. So I'm going to let those dry, and then I'll install them onto the signal box, and it should look pretty good when finished. Okay, so it's now time to install the window panels. So I'm going to be using a bit of contact adhesive. Hopefully I can get some out of this, so we'll see how it goes. So let's get started. Okay, so just finished adding the boarding up. Now as you can see, I'm missing one here, that's currently over here, because when I cut these ones out I must have not cut one more out, so quickly I've just made that one to put over here. So basically what I'll do is I'll let these dry, and then off camera I will install the other one which I just made. So I'm going to see you when I finish this one. Okay, so it's now time to start applying some foliage. So to do that I'm going to use two basic colours, and both from Woodland Scenics. So we've got Woodland Scenics Coarse Turf, dark green, and Woodland Scenics Fine Turf, burnt grass. So that's what I'm going to be using. And basically when it's done, I'll just go get something that I made this morning. It should kind of look a bit like this one here, basically. So that's basically what I'm trying to achieve. And just here I've got a bit of PVA glue. So now that I'm ready to start applying the foliage, let's get started. So I'm going to start off by using fine turf to simulate the moss. So with that said, let's begin. Okay, so there we go. I've just added the moss basically to areas where I feel it will look good. So now all I'm going to do is I'm pretty much just going to do the same thing with the coarse turf to simulate sort of vines, I guess you could call them, growing down the sides of the water tower. And I'm going to make sure I cover areas like that up to add certain effects and cover up any bits I'm unhappy with like that. So let's get started. Okay, so that's the water tower now done. I'll just give you a 360 of it. So yeah, maybe off camera I'll give a good close look at it, see if there's anything else that it needs. But before we can call this finished, what I need to do, need to give it a quick sealing of matte varnish. So I'm going to do that now off camera. Okay, so as if by magic, I've given it a coat of matte varnish. So what I'll do is I'll let that matte varnish dry, and then I'll show you what it looks like on the layout. Okay, so there we go, that's the signal box in its final position. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. So I think what I will do is I will leave it there for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed it, and perhaps picked up a few hints and tips, and perhaps a bit of inspiration for your own water tower. Let me know down in the comments what you think, and yeah, I'll leave it there for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye everyone.